Next on Worcester News tonight, the Worcester County House of Corrections honored nationally for their facility. Plus, a busy week for Hanover Insurance Park as the American Legion baseball tournament comes back to Worcester. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Anna Botari. The Worcester County House of Corrections is being recognized nationally for its third time. Each year, the facility says it improves on its score, and this year they've reached an almost perfect one. The Worcester County House of Corrections is named a 2018 nationally accredited facility after a visit from the American Correctional Associations. Every 3 years, the organization evaluates the facility on how they match up on national standards for corrections. This year, they received their highest score yet.
With this year, we received our highest level ever of 98.6. They talked about going around the country, visiting facilities all over, and they felt ours matched up with anybody's.
Superintendent David Tuttle says the auditors from ACA conduct an in-depth study of what they do. He says there are hundreds of standards the Sheriff's Department must meet.
They record the water temperatures in the housing units and in the kitchen. They test our dishwasher to make sure it's up to different standards. You know, food services, maintenance. It's everything from inmate services and programs to how we track chemicals that we clean inside the institution with.
There are certain standards the facility says they'll not be able to improve upon, such as cell size being up to modern-day standards and the amount of showers. The House of Corrections says they're proud of the 98.6, but still believe they have work to do.
We think this new building that we broke ground on is going to help with our medical, mental health, our receiving, and some little areas where we struggle a little bit.
Now that I've been in for 8 years, I feel like the continued growth that we've established in national standards, we're getting to that point where we can stand up and seriously say we're proud to be one of the best sheriff's departments in America, and we're not done yet.
The sheriff and superintendent say they hope to improve even more for the next accreditation, which will be in 2021. Hanover Insurance Park is set to be a popular destination for the next week as the American Legion tournament returns and the Bravehearts continue their playoff run. As teams across New England make their way to play in Worcester, sharing the diamond is going to make for an interesting few days. Our Cam Jandro joins us now live with more. Cam?
And it's pretty simple. If you're a baseball fan here in the city of Worcester, Hanover Insurance Park is going to be the place to be for the next week or so. But organizers of the American Legion tournament know they're in for one heck of a long week.
The baseball business is booming in Worcester this week. The Bravehearts are in the playoffs, and the American Legion Northeast Regional Tournament is back for a second year.
We do this because we want to support American Legion baseball. We want to support the community. We want to support Central Mass baseball. We think that Central Mass baseball as a whole is really growing.
15 games will be played at Hanover Insurance Park in the next week. But with Worcester's FCBL team hunting another ring, sharing the field could be a difficult task.
We take it 24 hours at a time. We look at tomorrow's schedule and say, all right, is there going to be a Bravehearts game here? And if so, how do we either adjust the times?
Bravehearts General Manager Dave Peterson says they are working with other venues in case there are scheduling conflicts.
Yes, everything is up in the air for the next few days, but this is the week of the year that I don't sleep.
Hosting again is the defending Northeast Region champions, Shrewsbury Post 397. For assistant coach Chris DeSantis, the tournament is a way to showcase baseball here in Central Massachusetts.
We get to bring teams from 6 other states here to Worcester to enjoy our city, to enjoy our field, and we have a lot of enjoyment in hosting the tournament.
And while the city pursues the Pawtucket Red Sox, city manager Ed Augustus hopes the city's rich baseball culture can help lure said franchise.
There's so many things that connect Worcester to the country's baseball history. We think the idea of the Paw Sox coming here could kind of take it to the next level.
Now, when asked about the Pawtucket Red Sox, Augustus said the city continues to work with the team and he is still hopeful the city will become the new home of the Red Sox. So nothing really new from the manager. Anna?
Thanks, Cam. City officials in Worcester gather to celebrate the completion of the 9th Park Stewards program. Created in 2010, the program is a partnership between the city and Massport, which links neighborhood teens with local jobs. Responsibilities include things like trash pickup, park maintenance, and graffiti removal. This year, the program zeroed in on University Park, Hadwin Park, East Park, Bell Hill Pond, Newton Hill, and Castle Park.
People notice that. People who live in Worcester, who go to school in Worcester, college students, people visiting Worcester, business owners, they notice that and they say, wow, what a great improvement. So
we show a lot of pride in the city. So when I have the opportunity to bring in clients and potential airlines and give them the tour of the city, there's that wow factor, just how beautiful the city and in particular the parks look.
The program saw a boost from 42 to 57 participants in 2018. Repair work continues on a broken water main in Worcester. The break happened Tuesday afternoon and left many residents without water and some stuck in a scary situation. Tonight we're hearing from a man whose truck ended up in a sinkhole. Our Rosalind Flaherty has more.
Just started filling up.
Vincent McHugh describes the moments after he drove his truck into a sinkhole on Frontage Road in Worcester.
I thought it was just a puddle, so I gasped it to go through it.
The sinkhole, caused by a 24-inch water main break, flooded the area. McHugh says he went around the barriers, but says no one told him to stop.
It looked flat.
Worcester Police Chief Stephen Sargent was in the area when he saw McHugh's truck in the water.
We were talking to the guy. He wanted to just jump in. The guy next to us from the city said, it could be pretty deep.
Concerned for McHugh's safety, Chief Sargent and others, including Lieutenant Fallon, went into action.
We just put a little human chain together, grabbed him, pulled him in, and just brought him over to safety.
The chief doesn't want to be called a hero. He says his officers help people in difficult situations every day. He was just at the right place at the right time.
Get you pumped up again. It's like the old days. I used to love, love being a police officer. That's what I love. I enjoy it.
Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
Water service is restored, but work on the main and roadways could last for several more days. The break caused the loss of 5 to 7 million gallons of water. It's still unclear what caused it to break. The director of Water and Sewer Operations says water is fully restored and is safe to drink. He also says chlorine levels have been increased.
Right now it's taking this water main and fixing it. And that's going to be a long task. It's a big water main. It's obviously a big hole in the ground there we're dealing with. So it's going to take certainly all of today, maybe even into tomorrow before we're complete with that.
The city says drivers should avoid the area of the break. Some roads could be closed into early next week while the work is being completed. 2 more Webster buildings have fallen victim to damage caused by Saturday's tornado. Residents at 41 Main Street were given 1 hour Tuesday to get items from inside. The town says the building is deemed uninhabitable, along with a former mini-mart on Main Street. Town officials say the buildings will most likely be knocked down. 2 buildings were so badly damaged by the storm, they were demolished that day. The lawyer for the man charged with the death of State Trooper Thomas Clarity claims blood samples were improperly handled as evidence. According to the Worcester County District Attorney's Office, David Niguna's lawyer has filed a motion to suppress blood evidence. Prosecutors say Niguna's blood showed he had marijuana in his system when the car he was driving hit Trooper Clarity's cruiser in 2016. A hearing on the motion is scheduled for September 28th. Hot temperatures the past few days are keeping area paramedics busy. While they're trying to help take care of others, they're also focusing on staying hydrated themselves. Our Brittany Schaefer rode along with paramedics today and has more on what their day is like.
The high temperatures are creating a string of busy days for Worcester Emergency Medical Services. Paramedic Ronald Gigliotti says about 70% of calls he's responded to this week involve the heat.
They may not be primarily heat related, but there's always a dovetail effect. Heat, like I said, will exacerbate other conditions, diabetes, heart disease, lung disease.
In 30 minutes, Gigliotti responded to 2 different heat-related calls. On Franconia Street, a 60-year-old male collapsed while mowing his lawn.
Probably sitting in the sun, and what ensues, weakness, and eventually shortness of breath and passing out, all related to heat. His oxygen levels were low, his heart rate was high, his skin temperature was burning hot, and sustained exercise, sustained activity People don't account for the amount of fluid that they have to replace that with.
Another call, a man in his 30s with vomiting, a headache, and vertigo. The hot weather didn't make his symptoms any better.
All the windows are closed. It's 95 degrees out today, no air movement. So the diaphoresis, the sweating, that's exacerbating his underlying headache, his nausea and dizziness. He was losing a lot of fluid just in sweat.
UMass Memorial EMS Deputy Chief Michael Hunter says staying hydrated is most important, and it goes for the first responders working in the heat as well. He wants to make sure everyone is taking care of themselves.
It's a physical job, so we're affected by the heat. If it's hot outside and you're in a car accident, we're out in the heat trying to get you out of the vehicle, trying to get you to the hospital. What we do is provide water for our own people. We'll put water bottles in some of our command vehicles.
I haven't met one crew today that was not uncomfortable from the heat. They were all just sweaty and nasty and feeling gross. But a lot of the captains will drive around with coolers full of ice water. They'll show up on a call, make sure you're hydrating well.
Paramedics say to avoid a heat-related medical emergency, to stay hydrated and to take breaks from being outside. Brittany Schaefer, Worcester News Tonight.